Welcome to Yoga for Stress Relief. My name's Alia, and this is our first position of today's class, legs up the wall. If it's comfortable, have your bottom very close to the wall and extend the legs straight up. You can take the legs a little wider if it feels better for the backs of the legs, the low back or the hips. Or you can always bend the knees, place the feet on the floor, and have your bottom a little further away from the wall if you need to. Stay here, get comfortable, and we'll begin our class. I want to thank you so much for choosing to be here. Just a reminder to be kind and gentle to your body. As we move through our yoga practice, we want to make sure that nothing creates pain or strain. We're here to relax the body and to release the tension from within. Get as comfortable as you can. And again, if legs up the wall is not a position that's comfortable for you, you're more than welcome to stay in a seated position or lie flat on your back. Can we just begin to settle into this space? To settle into our bodies. To invite stillness, relaxation, and peace. Become aware of your breath. Notice how it moves through your body. Allow the breath to flow freely. And allow the breath to deepen naturally on its own. Take a moment and scan your body. Truly recognize how you feel. And just see if you can soften into the areas of your body that are feeling a little tender, a little tight, maybe sore. Allowing your muscles to relax. And beginning to soften through the connective tissue, the soft tissue, and into the joints. Take a moment to soften your toes and to relax the soles of your feet. Relax the arches and the heels. Relax the tops of the feet and the ankles. Begin to relax through the shins and through the calves. Softening through the knees. Relax the muscles through your thighs and the muscles that surround and support your hips. Relax your belly. Soften into your low back. Relax the rib cage and the muscles in the middle of your back. Relax your chest, the muscles in your upper back. And begin to feel your shoulders melting towards the ground. Relax your arms, your elbows, your wrists, and your hands. Relax your fingers, your thumbs. Relax through the neck and through the shoulders. The muscles in your face. Softening through the jaw. Relaxing the muscles around your eyes. Softening the space between your eyebrows. Feeling the skin fall softly away from the scalp. Finding ease, finding stillness, contentment within this moment as you simply draw your awareness inward. Try to remain present throughout this practice with how you feel, how your body responds, and remember to utilize your breath, allowing your exhalations to soften those areas of tightness, tension. And take at least 8 more full deep breaths right here. Breathing deeply. In and out of the nose. Allowing the body to relax us, to calm the nervous system, and to move us towards a state of rest and digest. Very slowly, you'll wiggle your toes, maybe rock your head side to side. Wiggle your fingers and bring some gentle movement into the body. Keep your legs up the wall. We're coming into butterfly pose on the wall. So foot soles together, knees drop to the side. So if you're in a seated position, it will look like this. And if you want, you can always do it lying on your back, drawing the feet here, or on the wall, allowing your heels to move towards the groin. Now you can support your hands underneath the knees, or you can push your thighs towards the wall. Let the low back settle, let the chin tuck in, and relax your shoulders. We are holding for at least 10 full deep breaths in and out of the nose. Relaxing, softening the body. Breathing into those hips, those ankles. Breathing into any other area that you feel sensation, allowing for release. Now, of course, you can pause the video and stay here as long as you need to. When you are ready, we'll go ahead and we'll just move to a happy baby variation on the wall, where the feet come towards the wall, the knees come out to the sides. I like to let my hands support my legs, and then as my legs push into my hands, it relaxes the shoulders and the arms down to the ground as well. Of course, your feet can be further up or further down towards the ceiling or towards the floor. Stay here again for 10 full deep breaths. For anyone that's not on the wall, options and variations are to take the legs wide, wrap your arms around, draw the legs in, sit up tall, staying here, maybe releasing the chin to the chest. Or if you're lying down, you can either choose a wider leg, thighs into the chest, a happy baby variation, or grabbing a hold of the feet. Long, full, deep breaths. Releasing into the hip crease. Releasing into the glutes. Relaxing and releasing through the shoulders and the back. Find a little more stillness, a little more ease, a little more peace within your body. Notice how your body responds to the position you're in. Notice if your breath changes in any way. And notice how sensation within your body changes the longer you hold. We'll take 5 more deep breaths here. Very slowly, go ahead and roll onto your right hand side. You might need to push yourself away from the wall just slightly. And take a moment allowing that right arm to rest under the head. And really snug your knees close into the belly. Tuck your chin down. Just making yourself a tiny little ball on the right hand side of your body. Pause for at least 3 breaths. And then we're going to roll onto our belly for a back bend and a gentle quad stretch as well. So for those of you that don't want to have the legs on the wall, Sphinx pose, tops of the feet to the floor, elbows underneath the shoulders, palms towards the ground. Moving your heart forward, push the tops of the feet into the floor again. And just breathe as you begin to create some length and some space into your back. To open through your chest and your heart. And to relax into the neck and the shoulders. For those of you that are close to your wall, you can add that gentle quad stretch with the feet on the wall as well. Now maybe you just want the quad stretch and you don't feel like creating any sensation or tenderness in the low back today. So if that's the case, you can have your hands underneath your head, either looking to the floor, to the right or to the left. Or you can create that Sphinx pose or back bend while you're here. Again, we're going to hold for at least 10 deep breaths. You can push the tops of the feet into the wall, move the pubic bone down, lengthen through your low back as the tailbone moves towards the wall behind you. Move your chest forward, draw your shoulders back. And then I also like to sometimes just interlace my fingers and take my thumbs towards that third eye chakra. So I'm still moving my heart back and my shoulders, my heart forward and my shoulders back. But I'm getting that little bit of stimulation. My head feels fully supported. I relax a little bit more. Breathing into that space between the eyebrows. Opening up the intuition and wisdom from within ourselves. And remember, don't be afraid to wiggle and move around if a position is uncomfortable. Don't be afraid to come out of the position entirely if it creates pain or strain. But notice when you come out, if you are coming out sooner, why you've chosen to come out. How did your body respond? And always take the time to notice how your body feels when you come out of any position or pose. Let's take 4 more deep breaths. Very slowly, we'll release the torso back down towards the ground, hands under the head, looking to the floor, to the right or to the left. If your legs are stretched out, you can bend your knees, and we'll all go ahead and just sway those legs side to side. Noticing that energy and that circulation moving up and down the spine. And as you're ready, we'll slowly help ourselves up onto our hands and knees. We're going back into child's pose. You decide if you want the knees together. So as we come forward, that'll stimulate a little bit more into your digestion. Or if you want to spread your knees wide apart, allowing the belly to expand and contract, the ribs to expand and contract, and with the knees apart, we're working a little more into the hips. You want to send the weight of the sitting bones back to the heels. You may need to support your head in your hands to do this, or to alleviate tenderness in the hips, the thighs, or the ankles. If there's no tension through the knees or the hips, and it's available to you, we'll drop the head down and stretch the arms out. Of course, hands can always come under the head or alongside the body. Staying here and breathing as I give a couple different options for those of you that that's not available to you because of any knee conditions. You can lay on your back and simply draw your thighs in here. Again, whether the legs are close together or far apart. Or if you have that wall handy, just place your feet on the wall. Your bottom can move as close to the wall as feels good, and your knees will draw towards your belly. Begin to relax into your low back. Feel length, feel space. Begin to soften into the hips. Release into the ankles and the feet. Breathe deeply. Again, in and out of the nose. As that breath deepens, we're calming the nervous system, moving towards that state of rest and digest, of relaxation and peace. Never holding a position that creates pain or strain, just allowing yourself to relax, to breathe deeply, and to stay within the present moment as you observe the sensations in your body, as you connect with your breath. As we begin to clear the mind, letting go of the busy thoughts and the worries, and allowing our mind to clear, even if it's just for a moment. Holding here for at least 6 to 7 more full conscious breaths. very slowly making your way out of position. And from whatever position you're in, take a moment to allow the legs to stretch out, to bounce into your knees, to rock across your hips. And then sit comfortably. So you can sit with the legs stretched out, you can sit with the legs crossed. I always like to add something underneath my sitting bones, elevating into the hips, allowing the hips to soften, my knees drop a little closer to the floor. And it allows me to create a little more length in through the spine. Our arms will come out to the sides and we'll just get some movement into those arms and shoulders, rotating the palms up, a deep breath in as we stretch the arms out and up. And only lift them as high as you can comfortably without pain or strain. On the exhale, the arms come back down. Try to keep your arms straight as you breathe in. Again, only lifting them up as high as feels good. And exhaling as you release them back down. We'll take at least 3 more deep breaths here, lengthening in through the front body, the back body. Exhaling completely. Breathing in deeply as we lengthen through the sides of the body. Relaxing through the shoulders. And taking the arms back down again. One more time, breathing in deeply. Relax the arms back down. Release the fingertips to the floor and we'll extend that right arm up in the air. Now if it doesn't feel good to lift the arm up, the hand can come back towards the hip. Walking the fingertips out towards the side, let's take a nice side bend in through that right side body as we lean to the left. Soften both shoulders, draw your belly inward, relax both shoulders. And then we'll lift up and reach for the sky, create length. Relaxing the right arm back down, we'll lift the left arm up, create the space, and then move into the side bend. Now we're not only lengthening in through this left side body here, but we're lifting up out of the right side body as well. We want to roll that left shoulder back so that the shoulders are stacked, and we want to feel that stretch in through the left side body. We want to breathe into the left side body, allowing to create some release of tightness and tension through the rib cage, through the side obliques, so that we can breathe even deeper as we release that tightness and tension. Let's lift all the way up and release the hand down. One more time to each side. Again, hand to the hip if you'd like, up overhead if it feels better. Breathe deeply here. Lift up and we'll go to the other side. One more deep breath. Lifting up. And our hands are going to go out and then they'll come together once they are up overhead. We'll guide the hands down the center line of the body and just take a moment to interlace your fingers and push through the heels of your hands. We'll begin to extend the arms out in front and they might lift up in line with your shoulders as you pause right here, or you might be able to lift them a little higher. You decide where it feels good for you without pain or strain, but feeling a gentle stretch, more length in through the body, no tension in through the neck. Take a deep breath in, sit up really tall, push through the heels of your hands, and then exhale, soften your shoulders, but keep that length in through the sides of your body. Release through your fingertips, push through the heels of your hands, your arms will come all the way back down. Good, breathing in, lift your arms up. Palms come down the center line. Try to interlace your fingers the opposite way as we push through the heels of the hands and send those arms out and up. This time, if it feels good, without thrusting the ribs forward, looking up towards your hands. Lengthening in through the back of the neck. Bring your gaze straight ahead. Release through the fingertips, push through the heels of the hands, let the arms come down. Slide the hands in front and fold from the hip crease, seated forward fold, just to stretch into your back side of the body, into your back. Okay, take a couple deep breaths there. Each exhalation moves you deeper, softens the body. And then we'll lift back up and we'll switch which leg is crossed in front. And as you're ready, of course, if your legs aren't crossed, you can keep them stretched out any way that feels good. We'll take a deep breath in, lengthen through the spine, and drop your chin down to your chest. Take a couple deep breaths there, releasing through the neck, the shoulders, and the upper back. For me, I carry a lot of my tension in through the upper back and in through the shoulders. Begin to rock the head side to side, just bringing some movement into the neck. Hold anywhere that feels tender and breathe into the sensation. Don't hold anything that creates pain or strain. Listen to your body. Notice what's happening, what's going on. What do you hear? What do you feel? Notice how your body speaks to you. We'll finish with the chin back at the chest and take 2 more deep breaths. And then we'll lift the head up. And we'll keep the chin parallel to the floor and just look over your right shoulder. Come back, look to the left. And come back, release your right ear to your right shoulder. And lift up and release the left ear to the left shoulder. Lifting the head back up, we'll come back onto our hands and knees. Let's get some movement with cat-cow, high cat, low cat. So as you come to your hands and knees, make sure your knees are under your hips. There's roughly 1 fist between your knees. And look back between your legs, you shouldn't see your feet. Your hands come directly underneath your shoulders and you move with breath. It's an exhale to tuck the tailbone, draw the belly up, push into the hands and relax your head. And an inhale to lift the tailbone, soften the belly, open the chest and roll the gaze forward. Exhale, tuck and round. So if you do have tender knees, a blanket or a pillow under your knees and the toes tucked can give you a little bit more support for those knees. If it still doesn't feel good, this movement of flexion and extension through the spine can also be done sitting, lifting up through the chest and rounding. I'll turn sideways so you can see that, lifting up and rounding. Good. Or even with the legs extended. Lifting up and rounding. Good. Keep going and do a minimum of 10 with your breath. Come back to a flat back. We're going to go back into that child's pose one more time, but this time I want you to extend the arms out in front. Keep them active. Push the sitting bones back, look towards the floor, and walk your hands over to the left. The right sitting bone will push down and back, and we'll bring that left arm under our head for support and reach through those right fingertips. Bring it back, we'll go to the other side. And then the right hand comes under the head and we stretch through the left fingertips, through the left side body, releasing the left heel down towards the left sitting bones. Or the left sitting bones down towards the left heel. Coming back. Just going to help ourselves up and we're going to come to a forward fold or standing forward fold. So as you feel ready, just step your feet between your hands, bend your knees and start with your elbows on your thighs. And you might simply stay here pushing your bottom back, creating length in through your low back and drawing that belly up. If you have high or low blood pressure, stay there. If you feel dizzy, stay there. Good. You can always straighten the legs and drop the head if it feels good. Relaxing the arms down. We'll take 4 deep breaths. And then we're going to go ahead and bend those knees again, elbows to thighs. So stay here, stand up if you need to, or take the toes and the feet a little wider. Drop the groin down and come into this garland pose. Good, pushing the elbows out, lifting the heart up. This isn't a pose for everyone, so if it doesn't work for you, staying right here. Otherwise, coming all the way down. We'll take 4 deep breaths. Good, again, releasing if you need to. Forward fold as you're ready. Whatever forward fold feels good for you. Feet apart or feet together. And then we'll all curl up nice and slow. And we'll roll our shoulders around a little bit. Good. Feet a comfortable distance apart. All 10 of your toes face straight ahead. Let's stretch our arms up in the air. We'll grab a hold of our right wrist, straighten our arms, and bend to the left. Lift up, release the grasp, switch arms, bend right. And release up, releasing the arms down. So if you do have bricks and you might need them for support, just coming forward. If you don't, books can be helpful, big thick books or cans, something to lean into. And we are going to go ahead and we're going to cross our legs. So we'll take our right leg behind our left, squeezing our thighs together. Good. Take your hands to your hips or to your chest. Look straight ahead at something that's not moving. And then begin to lift your heels up. So we're finding a gentle balance here. Breathing deeply. Hold for at least 5 deep breaths. If you'd like, you can always push into the fingertips, lift the arms up, spread the elbows wide. So this is our mudra for memory. And you can always uncross the legs and just lift up on the heels. That can be very challenging for us, depending on what's going on within our body and within our life. After those 5 breaths, we'll come back down. Okay, so with the right leg behind us, we're going to stretch that right arm up. Use your left hand to grab the right wrist. Bend left. Lift up. I'm just going to go sideways so that you can see me. We are going to fold forward, and as we do this, front knee is going to bend. Back leg stays straight, but no pain or strain in the knee. And here's where you may want your bricks. Holding on to them for support. Maybe a little lower. Maybe you go even reaching for the floor here. Hold for at least 5 deep breaths. Keep the weight even on your feet. Breathing length into the back side of the body and the outer right thigh, the leg that's behind you. We'll curl up nice and slow. Good, and as you're ready, we'll switch that cross. Again, the balance is first, so if you want to try the balance without the legs crossed, feel free to do so. Your hands can be on your hips, and remember that trick. If you look at something straight ahead that's not moving, it will help your balance. Lift up when you're ready. Hands maybe together, maybe they come up overhead in that mudra for memory. Breathing deeply. Now, balance changes for so many different reasons. It can change because of how much stress is in our lives, what we have or have not eaten, how hydrated we are, how we've slept. And it changes not only day by day, but minute to minute and hour to hour. Releasing back down as you're ready. We'll add the side bend, so the leg that's behind you, we're going to grab a hold of that wrist and bend over to the opposite side. Lifting up. Good, releasing. Front knee will bend as we come down. Five deep breaths. And remember, halfway is always okay as well. We don't have to come all the way down. You've got those bricks. You can use your hands on your thighs. Don't push on your knee in any way, so higher or lower. Or again, use that brick for support if you need it, or those cans, or whatever you have available to you that can give your body support. When our body feels supported, it begins to relax and soften, ease up, and release tension. So very slowly we'll curl up. We'll uncross those legs. We'll take a deep breath in and we'll stretch the arms out and up. And we'll take that full standing forward fold. From here, we're going to go ahead, bend our knees, and just find a comfortable seated position. We're going to go up against the wall. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my cushion, placing it here, and leaning against the wall. Legs can stretch out. You can have your knees bent, stretched out. Try to keep the thighs on the ground if you stretch your legs out, or legs crossed. And really allow yourself to lean back into the wall. So place your hands in a position that feels comfortable, that allows those shoulders to release towards the wall and away from your ears. Welcome the support of the wall behind you. Take the gaze down the tip of your nose or close your eyes. Connect with your breath. Allow it to deepen. Begin to feel the breath in your front body. Each inhale, each exhale. Noticing the rise and fall of the belly or the chest. Now begin to move your breath into the back body. As you breathe in, your body pushes into the wall. As you breathe out, your body softens and welcomes the support of the wall behind you. Just notice the feedback that the breath and the support of the wall, the ground, provide for you. Now allow your breath to move through your entire body. Breathing in deeply, this breath expands. Crown of the head through the soles of the feet. It softens, releases, and contracts back down into your heart center, into your lungs, into your ribs. Inhaling, expanding. Exhaling, softening. Breathing as deeply as you can now, for the next 7 breaths. Allowing that breath to create space, length, change within your body. Allowing that breath to release tightness or tension from within. Taking a moment, notice how you feel right here, right now. Checking in with the physical body. Noticing the energy and the vibration within. Noticing how you feel emotionally, mentally. When you feel ready, add gentle movement with the fingers and toes. Hands to your chest. I want to thank you so much. You can let your hands rest in your lap if it feels more comfortable. But thank you so much for joining me today. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.